that we got together, Bill and I coached together, was the fall 1969, and they had won 2 games total 2 previous years. So we didn't change that a whole lot that first year. We were 0-8-1. We tied the last game of the season with Rogers 6-6. And after that, we had just a terrific run. We were 7-2 and 8-1, and then 9-0, and we were 9-1, and then 9-1 again in '73. Our one loss was against CK in a quarterfinal football playoff. And then we lost heavily. We only had who did we have? We had Mark Tucson coming back, Marty Settle, and Paul James, and one other boy, the guard. Anyhow, we had 4 starters coming back, and we lost our first 2 games, and then we ran the board after that, which was exciting. When first year we came here, we were 0-8-1, and I tell you, I would come and look around at the end of the ball game, and the stands are packed. I mean, they're packed. And we had won a ball game all year long. You remember the banquet? We had the banquet that year, and my word, you just couldn't believe it. I mean, people came off the walls, the place was packed, and everyone was jumping up and down. Yeah, I guess they knew something we didn't.
Well, my coaching philosophy was do what Jack told me to do.
Bill was a perfectionist, and he ran the secondary, and they drilled and just did very fundamental things, but he just made sure everyone was in the right position, and we ran zone defense all the time. I'd say in the 20-odd years that we coached together, I got him to play man-to-man maybe 3 times. Out of 25 years. I'm saying 3 plays. You know, not 3 years. I'm saying 3 plays in 25 years.
We're doing well with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
They wanted to do it all the time. And that was more fun than regular turnout.
They really got after one another in the challenge, but they walked off arm in arm after the tournament was over. And we were talking about going 2 platoon a few times, and guys came up and they wanted to go both ways. They wanted to start both ways because they'd been starting both ways. And, well, we just, we think we go 2 platoon. Well, how about we do this, Coach? We'll go through the entire practice, and then after practice, we'll run a mile, and after we run a mile, then can we challenge the guy on the other side? Well, let's see, we won't have to go that far. But so we did very, very little 2 platooning, very little over the years. And we did a little bit of it, not too much.
We'd almost have to take you over there and point different things out to you to make it seem real. Because it's first of all, there used to be a huge grandstand over on the hillside, and I don't know how many people it was. It was big for small town, wasn't it? I don't know how many people it had when you were here, but
probably close to 2,000. I'd say probably maybe under 2,000, not much. I mean, it was a big grandstand, old wooden grandstand.
That's pretty big for a small town.
Yeah.
Of course, when I first came here, they only had 400 in high school.
In the 50s. Yeah. They had, when I came to Shelton, there were probably about 850, and it fluctuated between 850 and just under 1,000 most of the years we were in the top 3 grades, you know. And that loop field was really something else. When I came down and interviewed for the job, I'd been at Simon Fraser University, and we played on AstroTurf and the Empire Stadium, and, you know, we had 3 different practice fields up at the university, and, you know, just really, the grass was just manicured. So I came down here and interviewed the job, and after I talked to the superintendent, Louis Grinnell, for a while, I asked, well, where's the field? I might take a look at the field, and they told me where it was, and I'd been over by there and looked at it, and so I went back over again, and I walked around, and here's this, it looks like the Sahara Desert, because it was all sandy loam, and it was just, there was no grass up again, this huge field, the loop field out there, same size, but there wasn't a blade of grass out there. So I came back and I said, now, is that it on the other side of the tennis courts over there? He said, yeah, that's it. And I said, it's not grass. I said, oh, no, we don't have grass. I said, oh, boy. Oh, man.
It wouldn't have been nice.
Well, they would probably say you got to stop the run and then see if you can figure out some way to score. Because our defense was really quite good. Mm-hmm. We're one of the first teams to run a 4-man front. And when I was up at Simon Fraser University, we ran a 43 and the college 43. And then we got down here. I had run, when I coached in high school before, I ran a 5-man front with the stacked linebackers, so 5-man straight line. And that first year we ran that for the first 7 games, and then we had a break, and I got together, went down to Portland, and one of the guys I coached with, Simon Fraser, was there, and he was coaching in Portland at that time. We talked about it a little bit. He was running the Penn State 44. I didn't like to have secondary with just a 3-person secondary. Bill had been running a 4-man secondary, and I wanted to stay with that, so we combined the two. Went to a 4-man front, but I went to a 3, and it was offset. It was a little different, and it's just amazing what's happened over the years. So many people have gone to that same concept, same kind of stuff. In the last 15, 20 years, you see it all over the place. Well, I just personally, I think just the recognizing the growth that some of the, well, I shouldn't say some, almost all the players made. All the players made growth. We had very few young guys that came through our program that didn't grow in a positive manner in some fashion, some more than others. And for all of them, I mean, it was just a joy to see some young guys come through and mature and just really become better people than they were when they came in the program. I think if there's one thing, you know, great to win the ball games, and I don't think there's anyone who knew us well would ever say that we didn't want to win everything that we went after. But by the same token, I think it was really important to us that the kind of young guy that came out of our program, young man that came out of our program,